Okay, part two. I had to go and test the other video because it looked like it was messed up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Because they have music and shit out here and things of that nature. Look, bro, let me ask y'all something. Hilarious to a elderly lady for because hilarious to a elderly woman, a elderly lady because he mispronounced a word. He or she mispronounced a word. Hilarious to a elderly woman because he or she mispronounced a word. That's what I name. All right. And I want y'all to tell me, is that a bad trait? Now, when you look at, I mean, you can pretty much, it's offensive if anybody do it, but do you think that maybe it's the way I felt, or do you think that that's something that is kind of small and people taking it too far? Like, think about it this way: if you had a friend, right? If I'm a friend, is that a form of making fun of somebody when it comes to something like that, or will a friend reach out to you and help you with that word or whatever? You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people say, some people would say that's a weak trait. You're making a big deal out of it or whatever. But here's the thing that I noticed. Do you think more women make fun of their offspring or their children when they have certain traits? That's no different from a person coming up in a household and they skin is dark, they're very dark, and some parents will make fun of they children having real dark skin, right? And then you have the older one, like it can be different things. Some people, um because I feel like I'm not really breaking it down yet like I should. um do y'all think that maybe I'm taking it a little bit too far, or do you think, because I ain't gonna lie, that have happened to me before, and I ain't gonna even lie, it pretty much it pissed me off. Now, I don't know if that's a bad trait to have, or is that something normal, or is it the way that I'm taking it? Maybe I might have to learn myself. Uh, is it from a number of different reasons why? Because I asked myself that. I said, well, why is it that I'm getting offended over somebody just laughing because I said a word a certain way? And here's what made, let me show you what made me really take it offensive. It was so hilarious to that person. It was very hilarious. And is that weak, or is it something that I got to work on myself, which I do believe that I, you know what I'm saying? And not just me, it can be anybody. Now, the elderly people doing this, you see what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to be honest with me in the comment section. Have y'all ever been in situations like this, or have y'all ever been to where in a situation to where somebody, I'm just gonna say, mispronounced, or maybe saying, because there's always a correct way to say words. You know how to say a bunch of words, right? Everybody know how to say a bunch of words. The majority of the words I can read them. I learned how to read them. But there's this one word you come across. You may not be saying it right. They probably can say it, or they probably can break down. They was very good. They never had an issue with reading and breaking words down into syllables, where another person didn't have that, had the problem breaking words down into syllables. Do you think that I'm wrong if I got offensive, is that showing a sign of a weak trait or something like that? Or is it naturally normal for a person is to be on the offense side because this person just, it made you feel like, and they might not have been their intention, don't get me wrong. It might not, maybe it may not be their intentions. Hell, I can be shit, I can be taking it too far. You see what I'm saying? And I can be, maybe it may be the way I'm perceiving it, or maybe just it's probably the way I felt. Why did I feel that way? You see what I'm saying? Why did I feel that way? Like I'm trying to find out why. Like I'm trying to understand. You know how you people say I'm trying to understand more of myself. I'm trying to understand, come into more of my inner self, and find out what is going on here. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Because you know how you walk around. Some people walk around and say, "Well, I'm perfect" and stuff. Nothing. Then they come across that one little thing, like, "Oh wow, I got this one hang up. I didn't even know. Uh, damn, this might be a weak trait." But at that moment, you can't really, you don't really. It's like you, you you're not really realizing the weaknesses, if that makes sense, that you have when it comes to that. Do you realize, is it a bad trait? Is it good? Like, damn, you be like, damn, what the fuck, what the hell is going on with me, or something like that? Is this like what's going on? You trying to find out what's going on with yourself. You see what I'm saying? You trying to find out, or you, if it's something bad, then you want, like, damn, I got, this is something that I got to work on, and this is something that I got to correct within myself. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't grow up with a education. I didn't grow up having access to education like Caucasian people did. Most black people, our people that live in the community, we didn't grow up having access to money to be able to fund and have the resources of the education to be able to educate ourselves in the way that we need to. You feel me? So we came from that community. You see what I'm saying? So maybe, I don't know what it is that made me really get offended, or is it just something that's just a bad trait that I need to overcome and kind of get immune to it, like shake it off or whatever? Because if you think about it, to me, it's a weak. It sounds weak. It would make me sound like a weak person. It's like, damn, I feel like I'm weak to this here, but I don't want to be weak, and I don't want to get offended over nothing like this. But it's like you be overwhelmed with it. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things you be like, where in the hell is they going with this here? You know, I mean, I don't even know. Like, that is that shit funny? Like, is the shit funny that somebody mispronouncing a word or not breaking it down? Or like, is that shit funny? Do you find it funny that a person don't know it, or is it part of the curses of Deuteronomy 28 that that these things will happen? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking too. You know what I mean? Because all this is in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And when you're trying to come to understand and correct yourself, that's different. But when you don't want to acknowledge that you have a problem or whatever, see, or whatever, I acknowledge that it is a problem. That, yes, of course. I told the elderly person this here. I said, I ain't gonna lie. I am kind of offended over that. You know, that I'm offended. I'm really offended by that. I can't lie. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit there and pretend like that shit like made me feel some type of way. It did. Like come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you're like, okay, teacher, come on. Like, do you feel, what would you do if you was in a situation like this? And would you feel, because I know we all deal with things differently. You see what I'm saying? We all deal with things different. This is a part two, by the way. Hilarious to an elderly woman, an elderly lady, that he or she mispronounced a word. That's the title. So, do you think I'm bugging out, I'm tweaking, or I'm tripping, or do you think there's something wrong with me, or is I'm tripping or bugging out, or what? That's what I'm thinking. You know, is it me? Because you know how that spirit riles up in you. You feel some type of way, especially when you're eager to learn and you're really trying to get it down or whatever. But and then coming from an elderly, that's what makes it really more like, damn, what the fuck? Like, now maybe I might be taking it, just be truthful. If anybody get, if you get this far, it's 9 minutes and 50 seconds into the video. If you get this far, just Give me your honest opinion. Do you think I'm bugging out, I'm tripping, or what? Do you think I'm wilding or tweaking out or what? Just tell me. Do you think I'm freaking out or what? Let me know. You know what I mean? Just say it. Give me your honest, true answer, whether it's your experience or what. If you feel like you can tell me something that if you may have y'all, some of y'all may be professional therapists or that may come across this video or whatever. If you're a professional therapist, can you explain to me what's going on? Because the energy that I got from it, it's like certain energies, it can drain your energy and stuff away from you. Like what the hell? Like, let me know what's going on. And that's basically the basic viewpoint of this video, my view of it. You know what I mean? That like, was I tripping? Was I bugged out? That's my whole answer to all of this here. If somebody, have you ever had somebody, you saying a word, and it ain't nothing to be take personal or nothing like that. I ain't trying to say I'm trying to sit up here and just take every goddamn thing personal or nothing like that. But it's just certain things. Do you think that's a weak trait, a weakness in me that I need to overcome? I need to get to a point in my life that I don't let nothing like that. Like, is it like, because most people, they'll say, "Oh, that's a weak trait. That's a weak dude." That, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not no damn robot at the end of the day, neither. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a damn robot. I'm not a goddamn piece of iron or nothing like that. Shit, a man, men, we have feelings. We have, we don't want to be nibbled on neither, because you put a fucking, I mean, you put a goddamn hot iron to me. I'm gonna holler too. Shit, does that make me less than a man? Because no, it's just like, okay, all right. Well, if I don't know something or whatever, to me, well, that person should have the compassion is to help you. Like, let's help out, because see me, just like me, I know a pretty good much about computers. I'm not gonna sit up there and make fun of somebody because they don't know nothing about a damn computer. That would be the same. That would be the equivalent of making fun of somebody because they know how to make softwares, they know how to download, they know how to build their own computers, and then that person come from a place and came from a poor place where they didn't know how to do it. And I'm just sitting there just bugging out, laughing at the person or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to work with the softwares correctly. Then I'm gonna sit there and just bust out laughing at this individual, and I'm supposed to be an older man, like in my 40s, and then making fun of a 10-year-old because he don't know how to like make it. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I'm trying to like take it too personal or make me a weak man. It's just like, damn, okay, I realize I'm supposed to stand up and be a man, a warrior, which I am. You know what I'm saying? But you will kind of look at, okay, maybe the person might have not meant no harm. Now, I will say that. Maybe they didn't mean no harm. Maybe them not meaning no harm. Maybe it's just a trait or whatever that they may have that they may need to work on themselves or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But it really concerned me, and I just wanted to come and do a video about it. And just give me your, don't hold back nothing. Be as raw as possible. You let me know in the comment section. Now you got it all wrong yourself. It's just the problem is with you. You see what I'm saying? And you just need to, and if it is, just tell me if you can, if you knowledgeable enough and you have that knowledge and that skill enough, give me the knowledge and skills of your best advice that you can. What would you do if you ever experienced this in, whether it's in school, somebody made fun of you, if you was one of those students that didn't know how to read or write, and that didn't understand certain words or something like that, and you can relate to what I'm saying. And maybe the people that put negative that will put negative comments is because what I'm saying, it won't resonate with them. You see what I'm saying? Because if they never been through it, maybe that might have something to do with it too. Because what you're saying, and maybe they probably might be laughing or whatever, or it may be funny to them because what my situation is not resonating with them, and maybe they feel that I should be on their level. You see what I'm saying? Knowing I'm not on that level or whatever, because everything that is ordained, that is in the world, it is already are predestined and ordained by the Most High, is to happen for a reason. And the Most High allow certain things to happen for a reason, the reason why he allows certain things to happen. So let me know if you feel that I'm on to something. You know what I mean? Because at the same time, this is an interesting conversation to me. You see what I'm saying? I also want to do another video on what what brings on this thing called self-hatred, hating. Because I want to talk, I want to speak on the part about the reason why black women hate black men, and Hispanic and Native American men, and black men hate the so-called black woman, hate black women, and things of that nature, and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? But the reason why a lot of people probably might would say that something is wrong with me, or they may say, "Oh, uh, you're suffering from this and that and the third, and you sound like somebody, you remind me of somebody in my family," it's because of what maybe what I'm saying is probably not going to resonate with them. Maybe my situation ain't resonating with them. Like, okay, I couldn't say this word admit. Now I'm still getting it wrong. The first admittment. You see what I'm saying? Now somebody will hear me say that, and somebody will probably would take that and go, and it might would tickle the shit out of. It might would make them fall out, make them laugh so hard it may make them hurt themselves. Now, the thing that I have to say is, why would that shit like that be hilarious? That somebody is uneducated in an area or something like that. And now you tell me now, if y'all watch this video, I want y'all to tell me if I'm bugging the fuck out. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Why would somebody, and now again, I can be wrong, and they can be not meaning a bit of harm. It could just be fun. Maybe I'm fun to them or something like. Maybe it's fun. No. Will I find it fun? Like, oh, it's fun. Somebody say, man, that ain't right, man. You doing that? By me, them went through the same thing, and somebody, if I'm sitting up there laughing, just it's tickling the shit out of me, that 10-year old, or that 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14-year old can't say this, or maybe somebody older than me, 40, 50 years old, can't say a word, and it's just I'm sitting up there just giggling, and it's just so funny or whatever. How do you think the question is, how do you think that person, what do you think going to go through that person's mind? Like, damn, shit, they making fun of him. Damn, this is that shit. Well, hell, they talking about me too, cause I've been through the same shit. Or it's just like, um, if you got, let's say 10 let me back up. 10 real black people, dark people, right? If you got 10 real dark people, or maybe just a person of color, and somebody come up my color, right? A brown color, right? And you have a so-called white person making fun of them because of their skin color, the black hair and eyebrows, and they jump out and they say, "Oh, I'm not really laughing at you and making fun of you. I'm just saying I'm laughing at the way you said the word nigger. I'm just laughing at the way you." That shit is still gonna be offensive, because if they are the same color that I'm is, right? I'm just making an example. They are the same color that I'm is, right? And even though they're not aiming directly at me, my honest opinion, that shit still gonna bother me, because they live in the same community that I live in. We both live in the same community. If they come up and make fun, which I believe they do that, they come up and say, "That's why your ass poor and your ass live in the African American neighborhood and you ain't got shit. You never grew up with nothing." And I'm hearing that, even though it's not aiming directly at me, that's still affecting me, because hey, I'm in that same situation. So of course it's gonna be offended. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be able to relate. They ain't talking like, "Hold it, wait a minute, he talking about me." Same thing with people with 10 dark skinned people. That's really that's real dark. They call it blue black, right? Okay. Now if you got these people over here, making fun of these three people for being that color. But even though they're not aiming at the other seven people that's real dark skinned, right? That shit is still gonna offend me because wait a minute, hold on. They making fun of them. It's affecting me because I'm the same color that these people they making fun of. But the only difference is they not making fun of me directly, but it's still affecting me because I'm the same color these people is. Exactly. Stereotype. Yeah. That's a perfect word to use. And so when people tell me, how would you deal with it? Like, let's just say, give me an honest answer. If now it could be that the person may not mean no harm, or it could be that maybe I'm taking it too personal. And if I am, my bad, but I just have to work on it, which I'm gonna work on it anyway. And you saying the word at now, I don't even know how to say that word, admitting it or whatever, constitutional and amendment. Now I know I'm not saying it right, but let's just say if I get around a bunch of people, right, those people, in essence, go to laughing about it, and they think this shit is hilarious. They just hurting themselves and they just laughing so hard. It's just hilarious. How do you think I'm gonna feel about it behind that? That shit gonna make me feel some type of way. Like, damn, what the fuck? Like, man, they going in on me. This shit tickles the shit out of them that I misapprehended this word here. You see what I'm saying? And my question to you, I'm gonna say it two ways. Why would I get offended? Was I was supposed to get offended? Why did they do what they did? What was their reasoning? Can they justify a reason for the reason why it was funny? Or they say, no, I'm not laughing at you, making fun of my own. You got some women that most of them are justified and say, why would I make fun of my own child? That's what they'll say. Why would I make fun of my own child? But but maybe it may be the vibes that I got from you, but that's just the vibes that I got from you. I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying that these are the vibes that maybe it's the way it came out. That those are the vibes I'm getting from you. You see what I'm saying? That because it was funny, and at the same time, it didn't feel good. I'm being honest with you. It didn't feel good that you came off like that, the way I was feeling. So what you got to do, you got to really explain yourself and go like explain. Like, can you justify that and say, oh, well, I wasn't laughing at you from the way that you said the word. I was laughing because it was the way that you said it or whatever. I don't think there's no way you can justify that and make it seem like it was something bad. You see what I'm saying? Oh, how did you feel when you was laughing at it? I mean, like it was funny to you. How did you feel? Like, do you did you consider yourself? Was it like is that love, or what if the person come out and say, well, look, you know what? I ain't gonna even lie. I was offended by that. You know, you came at me because I couldn't break the first word, admittment, or however how you say it down. You see what I'm saying? But you're making fun of me because I'm saying it in a way that I was supposed to have been saying. Now, if the person is just doing it on purpose, that's different. But I'm not doing it, or the person not doing it on purpose. And the person is trying, especially if they're eager to learn, but you sitting up there and you just bust out or whatever, you know, like, oh, he said such and such or whatever. Maybe, do you think I'm doing too much, or do you think I'm not doing too much? Hilarious to an elderly lady for hilarious to an elderly lady that he or she mispronounced a word. This will come from an elderly person now. How would you feel if you was in that situation? Would you just like, okay, well, it's just a thing or whatever? And like now, everybody ain't gonna get offended over nothing like that. I understand everybody's not the same. Everybody's not on the same level. But what I'm trying to find out too, going back to my original point, why would I be offended over it? Or is it just something? Is it that I'm finding out something about myself that I need to work on? Do you think that's what it is? Y'all in here in the comment section, I mean, in here watching the video live, do you feel like that is maybe it's just something that it's a trait that I got to work on that I've been struggling with my whole life or what? You know? because that's the only thing that I can think of. Because I don't mind admitting if I got a stereotype that's wrong about me. I don't mind admitting when I do something, like correcting it, or try at least trying to correct it. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things I did overcame. You see what I'm saying? I feel like I grew up and I came from a strong family. My family was very strong on both my father's side and the mother's side for being clean. But I feel like at some point I didn't take a lot of pride in it like I do, like I'm doing now in 2024. Because at time I wouldn't even be, I would go, I would clean up, but I wouldn't be doing an old perfect job, working hard every day, just constantly cleaning all the time for hours, because this is my first year ever been on the earth in 2024, so-called 2024, ever working as hard from sun up to sundown and working and cleaning like a clean freak or something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I haven't been I've been a real clean person, but not a real clean freak, if that makes sense. So I found out that I needed to put a little bit more effort in that and change in the way that I was doing, and to change to be better. And I've been doing it. My family can tell you that I done overcame a whole lot of shit. Like as far as just having bad habits, or the habits that I'm trying to break too, is just not to take everything so personal. You see what I'm saying? Those are one of the habits that I'm trying to break too. You see what I'm saying? And at least I'm admitting to it. A lot of people can't, and it's not a put down, but we all got steps to go in our life and stuff. Hopefully no music come around here. If it does, I'm gonna have to mute this mic out. So I don't know. I believe I broke it down to the best of my ability or whatever. Now you may find some children, they probably would make fun of and do that with adults and stuff like that. Now, of course, some people will say, of course, why would you get mad at a little child for you know what I'm saying? Those are just kids. That's the things like that is naturally funny to children. But really, you got some adults the same way or worse. You know. So when you now, if you say things like you gonna get it, if you say, well, it's really pronounced this, but you gonna get it though. Now, if they say it like that, I'm confident that you're gonna get it. Not just go up and just giggling and just go to it just tickle you to death to where it's just hurting you, where you falling out, that you laughing so hard it's just hurting you or whatever. I don't know if I'm taking it wrong, but it's like laughing at somebody's pain. Like, to me, it may not be, I could be wrong, but it's like similar to laughing at somebody's in pain. To me, that's how I feel. Now, it could be a wrong trait to have, like I said. Let me know in the comment section, if I'm bugging out, or if I might need some counseling on that, or what. Or is I'm bugging out, or is I'm doing too much? Because I want to know. I want to know y'all's. Remember, we just collabing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just collabing with y'all. You know, I'm being serious. I'm serious. I ain't playing. I'm being real right now. But this one here is a part 2. So just let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Just give me y'all thoughts. Below, just talk to me in the comment section. All right, I'm out, people. Peace.